Good afternoon. Welcome to Home Team Sports, bringing you this contest between the visiting Spring Valley Timberwolves and the homestanding Jefferson Cougars. Jefferson kicked off to Spring Valley. Spring Valley advanced the ball to the 31, fumbled, and made their own recovery. This is Jeremy Adkins bringing you the game today with J.D. Fritz. This game is brought to you today by R&L Landscaping.
And Smith hands off to Abercrombie. Broke a tackle there at the line of scrimmage, and out over to the 40-yard line goes Jalen Abercrombie for the Spring Valley. Close to the first down, it looks like. It's going to be 2nd and 2 from the 39-yard line. Spring Valley comes out with a little bit of a different look this year, as a lot of us are normally used to, going with a little spread. Now they got Ferguson in motion. He gets the handoff. Looks like nothing there, as number 4, is it number 4 there? On the stop, Jackson Rockwell comes up to make the tackle for a loss of 1. So it'll be 3rd and 3. Well, actually, let's call it 3rd and 4 for the Timberwolves.
Spring Valley off to a tough start, 0-2 this season. Took a bad loss to number 1 Huntington. Close loss last week, and they got a brutal first 4 games today against Jefferson, next week against Hurricane. So uncharacteristic for them to be 0-2 at the beginning of the season.
A key 3rd down here. Abercrombie takes a handoff. He makes a move. He's still on his feet across the 50-yard line, down to the 45, and knocked out of bounds at about the 47 there. It looks like
he almost got loose.
That's Demarius Wallace pushing him out of bounds, but great pickup and a first down for Abercrombie and the Timberwolves. And he's going to be their guy, Jeremy. Jalen Abercrombie, he's kind of the Mr. Do-It-All. You know, you'll see him lined up in the backfield here and there and then split out wide as a receiver. They definitely want to get him the ball as much as they can.
Reminds me a lot of Grayson Malsavich, who played that same role on the back-to-back teams that went to Wheeling and lost to Martinsburg.
So 1st and 10 for the Timberwolves. Handoff there up the middle to Kane, number 22. I believe that's Miguel Kane.
Now Spring Valley spreading it out a little bit more, as you mentioned at the beginning of the broadcast, J.D., but they're still running between the tackles, which is very characteristic of them historically.
Yeah, they're not going to totally get away from what they're used to doing, but they are going to mix in some passing, which is not what we've seen a lot of over the years from Spring Valley.
No, honestly, I thought until we got the rosters that had the heights and weights on them, Spring Valley may be a little undersized along the line, but that is not, in fact, the case.
So the handoff goes to Kane again up the middle for a pickup of maybe 3 yards to bring up 3rd and, let's call it 5, maybe 6 yards.
Big 3rd down for the Jefferson defense. See if they can hold here and see if Spring Valley is going to punt or if they're in 4-down territory.
Now in comes Liam McGuire. I've noticed they like to alternate quarterbacks a bit. This is more of their dual threat quarterback. So it looks like, you know, he may run with it right here, and he does up the middle. Close to the first down, but he's going to be about 1 yard or 2 short. So
I anticipate Spring Valley to go for this on 4th and short.
So they just ran McGuire there on a little wildcat play up the middle as he comes from the sideline and gets the play from Coach Brad Dingus again.
4th and 1 for the Timberwolves. Sorry, 4th and 3 for the Timberwolves.
So McGuire with it, direct snap. Good pressure there by Nasir Jacobs.
Big pressure there. Big stop by the Cougars defense.
That'll be a turnover on downs for the Timberwolves, and the ball goes over to the Cougars. 1st and 10 on, call it the 37-yard line.
Let's see what Dylan Harrich and the Jefferson Cougars offense can do.
So Dylan Herrick, the junior quarterback, in the shotgun with Tayshawn Roper as Keyshawn Robinson in motion.
That's going to be offsides on the Timberwolves.
Yep. Dylan with the hard count, got him to jump. So that'll be 1st and 5 now for the Cougars. It's an easy way to start the game and get a little 5 yards. Just got to be better, more focused and concentrate if you're that defensive line for the Timberwolves. 1st and 5 for the Cougars. Herrick trying to get him to jump again.
Play clock's winding down.
Herrick looks over to Coach
Got to
Hunter
get
for
it
the play.
off.
And they're going to be forced to call a timeout. That's not good time management.
Not good.
2nd or 3rd play of the game.
We
They've got to be ready to call the play and get the play in.
Yeah, while we got a little break in the action, Jefferson High School Athletic Department would like to thank their 2023-2024 field banner sponsors, Home Helpers of Martinsburg, WVU Medicine, Harlan J. Shoemaker & Son Incorporated, Charlestown Moose Lodge 948, HG's Barbecue and Soul Food Catering, Roberts Real Estate Group, Giannis Orthodontics, Parsons Ford, Oak Tree Homes, Ours, Lawyer, Lewis, CPAs, CMA's Toyota Chevrolet of Martinsburg, and a special thanks to our Cougar Golf Classic presenting sponsors, Shenandoah Air Conditioning and Heating. And that's going to bring up a 1st down for the Cougars, short 5 after the timeout because they let the clock wind down.
So Robinson in motion, so 3 receivers to the near side. The handoff is to Roper, cuts up inside, sheds off a tackle, and Tayshawn Roper crosses the 50. A nice little run for a 1st down Cougars down to about the 49-yard line of the Timberwolves.
And the crowd liked that.
If they can get Roper going, it's going to be problems for the Timberwolves because all he needs is a small little hole and a crease, and he's gone.
He's got a big burst.
So Herrick takes the snap. He throws the ball. He's got Keyshawn Robinson out here in the flat. Pickup of maybe 4 on the play. That'll bring up 2nd and 6 for the Cougars.
JD, I think it's big for Jefferson if they can get Tayshawn Roper going. Get Spring Valley, bring another man down in the box to stop the run, and that's going to give Keyshawn Robinson more room to operate.
Well, they bring out a receiver and bring in their heavy package with Quentin Goins as the H-back tight end. So Roper to the right of Herrick. Herrick will take the snap, hand it up the middle to Roper. Roper makes a move, dances his way down close to the 40, maybe the 41-yard line. They'll bring up 3rd and looks like maybe 3 for the Cougars.
Roper running hard on this first drive of the game for Jefferson.
So they already are trying to get Roper and Robinson involved, which is what they definitely need to do.
Absolutely.
They're 2 playmakers. So Dylan's trying to get them with the hard count for the Cougars, and they're not going for it.
10 left on the play clock.
So Herrick takes it himself. Doesn't look like he's got any room. He's going to lose a couple yards back to the 45-yard line. Great pursuit on the Timberwolves defense.
Yeah, Herrick
led by number 6, Logan Harris.
Herrick couldn't get to the edge on that play. Just got ran down by Spring Valley.
It just seemed like that play took a long time to develop. And that's where I feel like you need to really get your playmakers. You need a big 3rd down. You've got 2 big speed guys on the team. You got to get them the ball in those crucial situations.
So here we go. Jefferson out the punt, and one of the bad habits Jefferson's developed over the first couple games is not so good snaps between the long snapper and Goins, but that one's good and a great kick.
Nice high kick for Goins and a good bounce. Inside the 5, they're down by Nolan Melab on the 2-yard line.
Wow.
So that's what the Cougars needed from their special teams unit that they haven't had not only this year, but even in the last couple of years. But that was a great punt by Quentin Goins, and down inside the 5-yard line.
That was excellent. The exact opposite of what occurred the first game when we were here against Spring Mills.
So the Timberwolves will come out for their second time on offense, pinned deep back in by their own goal line.
Big play for Spring Valley to try to get themselves some breathing room. Pinned back against their own goal line.
So it looks like Smith is going under center. That's Jamison Smith, who started the game. Looks like a little delay handoff. Nothing there. Swallowed up by Nasir Jacobs
big
again.
Tackle by Jacobs.
He definitely was not fooled. That was Gary McFeely on the carry for the Timberwolves, who maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. They're giving him a half a yard gain, maybe a yard on the play. To bring up 2nd and 9.
Just a little over 5 minutes to go here in this fast-moving first half. Only one penalty thus far this game.
Yeah, when there's no penalties and running the ball a lot, that quarter will go fast. So Smith is under center again for the Timberwolves. He sends McFeely in motion. The handoff goes McFeely again, the same play, and the Cougars snuffed it out again. And they lose a yard on the play.
JD, you think Jefferson might have saw something on tape that indicated maybe somebody tipping them off to that play, because they knew it was coming both times, it looked to me.
Yeah, I'm really surprised they'd run the same play back to back. And my knowledge of football, that's a no-no. You've already showed it once, the same play. You're going to send the guy in motion once again. I thought that they were going to fake it this time and do
pass.
Something back the opposite way or pass off of it. Yeah. So
fitting.
Now they're in a 3rd and long in a passing situation with 3rd and 9.
Not a lot of breathing room either.
Jamison Smith is under center again. He is back to pass from his own end zone. He's rolling out to the left. He has a receiver open, wide open there for the first down. Looks like it was just a blown coverage on Dylan Herrick's part. I'm not sure what happened.
Used his legs to buy himself some time, and that receiver just laid down and found himself a spot in the flat. They sat there and waited for the ball.
Yeah, they snuck out Will McClure, the 6-foot junior for the Timberwolves, who was a wide open on the play.
Very smart play by McClure to just sit down there.
So the Cougars had him pinned deep, and they let him out. So now they have some room to breathe on the 24-yard line.
See if the Timberwolves can get something going.
A little hitter up the middle. Good hit right there, but not until a 5-yard gain.
Solid form
by number 36,
Roper.
Cameron Purdue, the backup running back for the Timberwolves. So that'll bring up 2nd and 5.
Just a hair over 3 to go here in the first.
Looks like they'll mark it close to the 30-yard line. It looks like Jamison Smith still remains in at quarterback for the Timberwolves. He sends Abercrombie in motion to the left. It's another quick hitter to the up back there, number 36, Purdue, who picks up a couple out near the 35-yard line. So it's going to bring up 3rd and short for the Timberwolves.
Spring Valley coming with some different looks on the offensive side of the ball, but it's very much the same old run first, pass only when you need to that they're known for thus far.
Yeah, on this series, they're looking a lot more like the Spring Valley Timberwolves that we've seen in the past. Kind of more of a ground and pound and running behind those big boys up front.
Like to use that clock up too.
So 3rd and short. Let's see if they run the same quick play. Yep, to the fullback Purdue. He's over the 35. He picks up the first down. Looks like he's out to maybe the 36, almost the 37-yard line.
That'll stop the clock while they move the sticks. Just a hair over 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter from Jefferson Field.
Well, I noticed on film that they were running more of this spread, and they alternate quarterbacks too. Seems like every other series they'll bring in more of a wildcat, and then they have their passing quarterback as well. And so looks like they showed the Cougars once offensive set, and now this second series they're making Jefferson adjust to a different style of football.
It's like they might be trying to figure out what exactly is going to work against this Jefferson defense and then settle down on that.
So Kane in motion. Smith keeps the handoff after he fakes it, but looks like he was going to be tackled for no gain, but he squirts loose and gets out to the 40 for a gain of 2, maybe 3 yards to bring up 2nd and 7 for the Timberwolves. Yeah, it looked like the Cougars had him all pinned in there, and somehow he squirted loose and picked up some positive yards on the play.
Just a hair over 10 seconds to go on the play clock as the Timberwolves line up.
So Gabe Dixon, the single receiver to the near side. It's goes to up the middle to Purdue, and the Cougars had plenty of penetration as Nolan Melab came up to make the initial hit. So the Cougars are probably going to be forced to pack in the middle a little more, send the backers on some blitzes.
Got about a 7-second difference between the play clock and the time clock, and looks like Spring Valley is not going to run another play this first quarter.
So that'll do it for the first quarter of play here at Cougar Stadium, and the score remains 0-0, and we are going to take you to a commercial break and hear a word from our sponsors. So we're back here, ladies and gentlemen, at Cougar Stadium, where it's 3rd and 9 for the Timberwolves as we switch into the field. The ball is marked on the 38-yard line of the Timberwolves.
Big play for Spring Valley. Got a 3rd and long.
So Abercrombie is in the backfield with Smith, and they will fake the pass, and he looks like he was.
Got him.
Yes, they got him on the second effort there by Jared Wilberger. Looks like Rodrigo Delgado had the initial pressure, and I thought he was going to get him, and he got loose. But then there's Wilberger to clean it up, and a big loss for the Timberwolves, and that'll bring up 4th and 12.
Looks like Spring Valley may have to punt on that play. Got a player down for the Timberwolves on the field.
Looks like number 74, Titus Pratt, the 6', 253-pound junior.
Looks like we got some cramps in this hot Saturday sun. Guys not used to playing at 1 o'clock on a Saturday.
This early in the year, especially.
Playoff time, yes. This time of year, no. While they're attending to him, I'd like to thank our home team partners for helping us bring you these games this season. Shelton Tree Services, Jared Ferguson State Farm, Smith & Aidenbush Insurance, Catchroll Law, Neil Palin Goosehead Insurance, Opekin Motors, call Jeremy Adkins, R&L Landscaping, who's bringing you this game today, Ameritech Tire and Auto, the Barn, Bridal, and Formal Wear Mountain State Basketball Academies, Cheryl Yates of ERA Liberty Realty, Benchwarmer Sparks Bar and Grill, and Big Mike's Grilling. As we get ready for Spring Valley to punt, don't think they're exactly going to try to kick the ball to Keyshawn Robinson.
Yeah, Keyshawn is the lone setback returner for the Cougars. Well, it's a short spiraling kick that goes angled towards the sideline just over the 40-yard line. So probably not a great kick in terms of the punt, but a good kick for the Timberwolves. It worked out good. There was no return as the Cougars take over there on their own 39-yard line.
Definitely a good strategy. Spring Valley probably hoped to get a little bit more of a roll on that down the field, but nobody wants to kick to Keyshawn Robinson in the state because then it's showtime.
That's right. And I'd like to see more of it, but the opponents don't want to see that.
Everybody on this side of the stadium wants to see more of it.
So 1st and 10 from the 39, trips to the near side. As Herrick will take the snap. He swings it out there to number 5. Looks like Bub Shelton. And that could have been a lateral. I don't think it was, but Jalen Abercrombie for the Timberwolves pick it up, and they're calling it a touchdown.
Haven't seen a signal from any of the referees yet.
Coach Hunter saying the ball was tipped. I don't know if it actually was, but it looked like to me the ball was thrown forward. If it's a forward pass, that's not a lateral, regardless of if it's behind the line of scrimmage.
We do not have replay up in the booth for us, and from our angle, it was kind of difficult to see. I still don't see how that pass necessarily went backwards.
No, I didn't even think it was close to being a backwards pass. From where Herrick threw it to where his receiver was, it looked like there was at least a yard difference between the two. But regardless, the officials say touchdown, Timberwolves.
Jefferson
and they
definitely not getting a home field call on that one.
As they attempt the extra point, the hold's down, the kick is up, and it's good. So with 11:02 remaining in the second quarter, the Timberwolves score first and are up 7-0.
Bad stroke of luck for Jefferson on that play.
Yeah, I don't know. That's what you get in high school football. There's always going to be that human element of error that we have to deal with, and like you mentioned, Jeremy, there's no replay, unfortunately, so you just have to go with the call on the field.
See how Jefferson recovers.
And it's funny because that is a tough call for the officials to make. Is it a lateral? Is it not a lateral? To me, if you think it's even close, the higher percentage play would be to call it an incomplete pass, because that's really what it looked like.
Absolutely.
Is an incomplete pass. You better know without a doubt that it was a lateral in order to make that call.
Coach Hunter down on the field getting an explanation from the referee, and does not look like he's happy with that explanation at all.
Hands on the hips. He looks disgusted, as he should be.
Well, what was a good first quarter of sniffing out what the Timberwolves are trying to do on offense. One bad play, and now Jefferson's in a 7-point hole.
So Riddle is on to kick the ball off. Tayshawn Roper, number 6, and number 2, Keyshawn Robinson, are deep back to receive for the Cougars. It's a short kick, but it bounces, and Roper picks it up. He comes to the near side here. As Roper get a hand on him. He cuts up to the field over to the 30-yard line.
Had a seam for a second there.
Yeah, it looked like too much east and west and not enough north and south on that one. And eventually the kicking team, had the right angle, stayed in their lanes, and they pursued the ball well. So the Cougars will take over there at the 32-yard line. But you just never know when you get the ball gets in Roper's hands. He's always, like we saw their first home game, brought similar return. The ball bounced to him, he picked it up, he cut to the near side over here, made a couple moves, and he had a crease and was gone 85 yards. So Goins in motion. The fake to hand off to Rodrigo. Herrick has to just tuck it and run it, and he maybe picks up 3, possibly 4 yards on the play. So it looks like that was supposed to be a pass, but good coverage on the play by the Timberwolves, and Herrick just had to tuck it and run.
See how Jefferson's going to adjust now.
So 2nd and 6 from their own 36-yard line. They just need to establish something, get a drive going here, try to build some momentum up after that costly turnover. So Herrick with the hard count again. And after that first time, the Timberwolves have stayed really disciplined these last few times. The handoff goes to Rodrigo, kind of up the middle. He's got a seam. Rodrigo still on his feet, down to the 45-yard line. A great powerful run there by Rodrigo Delgado.
Broke a couple tackles there. Gets Jefferson on the Spring Valley side of the field. Under 10 to go here in the first half.
And see, when you bring when you bring Roper in, you've got the speed and agility. You bring Rodrigo Delgado in, and now you've got the more powerful kind of running back, as you saw him just kind of bouncing and stumbling off tacklers and gaining extra yard down the field.
And so, Rodrigo's not slow at all either.
No, he's not. Herrick with a nice quarterback draw up the middle as he sent Delgado in motion to kind of open things up. He's close to another first down, maybe a yard or two short.
Jefferson stringing a couple good plays together in a row. Looks like they might have something cooking. Looking to get into the end zone and get the extra point and tie this game up.
There's 2nd and 2 from the Timberwolves' 37-yard line as Delgado stays in at running back for the Cougars. He's lined up to the right and slightly behind Herrick as Goins is the H-back, and Delgado gets the ball again. Nothing there for Delgado as he maybe gained a yard on the play, but good pursuit by that defensive line of the Timberwolves.
I think the refs are going to give him a yard, and looks like it's going to be 3rd and 1.
So Goins comes out, and they will bring an extra receiver in. Miller, number 8, Aiden Miller. 3 receivers to the top. Herrick with the hard count, and it got him again.
That time.
Great job by Dylan Herrick. He's tried that hard count almost every time, and they've only jumped once, and that was in the first series.
Got to give him credit. That's the easiest way to pick up the first down.
Yep, that saves everybody from having even to run a play or show a play. So Herrick will take it. The snap's high. He runs to the right. Nothing there. Just looked like, I don't know if it was a
broken play.
Kind of a broken play, and Herrick wasn't sure which way, but he ran right into 2 Timberwolf defenders, and luckily he got back to the line of scrimmage to bring up 2nd down as Quentin Goins comes back into the game, and Aiden Miller will come out. So far, Robinson has only touched the ball, I believe, 1 time in 3 series.
1 time on
and
the
Roper
stand.
a few times in the first couple series as Delgado remains in. You have Wallace to the top of the screen. They send Robinson in motion. They give us to Delgado. He cuts up the middle. A nice run there by Delgado, who sticks his head down and pushes forward down to the 29-yard line.
Using Keyshawn Robinson as a decoy in that play. Spring Valley could have possibly expected the pitch from Herrick, but the quick handoff to Delgado picks up 5 yards, and it's going to be 3rd down and 5, 7 to go in the first half.
So they found a little bit of something working with Delgado there in the running back spot for the Cougars. Herrick at the snap, hands it to Delgado, makes a move there at the line of scrimmage. He's still going. Delgado breaks loose.
Well, Jefferson Cougars.
And he walks into the end zone for the Cougars. Great run by Rodrigo Delgado.
You got to wrap him up.
As he broke a couple tackles, and then no one was there for the Timberwolves, and he just basically walks into the end zone the rest of the way.
Delgado given the first hit, not taking the first hit.
Yeah,
Big time run.
He loves to lower that shoulder and run people over. And you know what? The biggest thing is, what I saw, is he keeps the legs moving.
Yes.
That's what you got to do as a running back. Kids out there, you can take a hit and give a hit, but keep those legs moving and always fall forward. The kick is up, and it's good. And the Cougars tie the game 7-7 with 6:54 left to go in the second quarter.
Big time drive Jefferson put together there to tie the ball game up.
Yeah, that was a great drive by the Cougars. I knew they needed that. It was a key drive after that kind of I'll call it a little mishap there. We don't know for sure if the ball was thrown backwards as a lateral, but that's how the officials saw it. But great drive for the Cougars. You know what
that showed me? Some resolve. They made a mistake. They came back out. They strung together several good plays in a row. It had a miscue on a snap with Herrick, but right after that, Delgado gets into the end zone for the touchdown.
And I have to say, Jeremy, from the couple games that I've seen from Jefferson this year, that might have been their most impressive drive of the year so far.
Oh, yeah. They had one drive they strung together against Spring Mills that was pretty good, but that one was marred by some penalties by both sides. That was a clean drive, and I do got to give both teams credit. One penalty so far today.
Yeah.
Clean football.
So Panaris sets the kickoff.
Football.
He kicks it over to Cole Ferguson for the Timberwolves. He takes it. He's up over the 20 to the 30. He's got a little room to run out over to the 40-yard line. Tackled there at maybe the 42-yard line. So great return there for the Timberwolves by Cole Ferguson.
That's why I don't necessarily, as an observer or somebody who would coach somebody, that was a nice kick, but it didn't have any hang time, and it was a line drive directly to him, and it didn't give your defenders on special teams coverage time to get down there and get in position.
Yep.
And he was able to identify and find a seam very quickly.
And I think Landon Roper was in on that tackle. He looks a little shaken up as he comes off the field for the Cougars. So the Timberwolves will take over on their own 41. 1st and 10, as now they switch back to the throwing quarterback, McGuire, who is also their dual threat. They have 3 receivers to the top. They give the running back Kane, Miguel Kane, out, fumble.
Big time play by Jefferson.
With the fumble recovery by Miguel Kane.
There we go.
And the Cougars get the ball right back the very first play.
It might not be the most popular opinion with everybody, but I'm going for the jugular and going for the end zone on the first play here if I'm Craig Hunter.
Yeah, I would like to see them put the ball in the air.
I'm airing it out to Keyshawn.
Oh, now wait a second here. They are ruling that he was down by contact.
You've got
it's 1st and 10 for the Timberwolves on the Jefferson 48-yard line.
You have got to be kidding me.
Wow. Well, we're not on the field, and we're up here in the booth, but it sure looked like that ball popped out a little early.
I can't say anything about the lateral.
They were quick to make the decision on the lateral when you can't go back. You can't go back and see if he was down by contact either, so I'm surprised. And Quentin Goins wraps the quarterback McGuire up for a loss of 2 yards.
Let's see if Jefferson gets fired up about that call like they did on this last play. Goins getting right in there and wrapping him up, and got just a hair over 6 minutes to go on a winding clock, turning into a beautiful Saturday afternoon here in Shenandoah Junction in Jefferson County.
And that's what Goins does. He comes off that edge. He's so fast off the ball. You know, at 6'2", 240 pounds, Goins has been virtually unblockable this year so far. So McGuire will take the snap. He hands it to Kane again. Kane has no room to run, and he's bottled up. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage, so it brings up a big 3rd down for the Timberwolves right at midfield.
I don't know if I'm Brad Dinkus in Spring Valley if I'm going to continue to try to run the ball at Quentin Goins. It's not working.
Yeah, they're really packing the end, and then they're blitzing on the outside with Nasir Jacobs and Nolan Milab up the middle. You're not going to get anything.
You're exactly right. Spring Valley's continuing to run between the tackles, and it's going to give Jefferson the ability to crowd the box and run blitz more.
So McGuire will take the snap. They're in a little spread. He's got a receiver, and it looked like Rockwell was all over him. There was no flag. The pass was caught there by Cole Ferguson, but well short of the 1st down, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Quarterback threaded the needle on that one. I thought for sure somebody was going to get a hand on it from Jefferson.
So a big 4th down here for both teams from the 44-yard line of the Cougars. 2 receivers to the top, 1 to the near side. Oh, and
got him.
Just not focused and concentrating on the Cougars' part, and the Timberwolves give Jefferson a little bit of taste of their own medicine.
And now it's going to be a much more manageable 4th and 1.
Yeah, you just have to do better than that. You're already playing off the ball. There's no reason to jump across the line. You're always taught from a young age to watch the football.
trying to get that jump so he can get around the tackle before he can get on his swivel to block him.
So let's see what the Timberwolves do as they run a spread. The quarterback goes right up under center. McGuire, it looks like, I don't know. I think he might have been short.
I think the refs are going to give it to him.
Well, the way this game has been going, it wouldn't surprise me,
You said it, not me, JD.
Where he's got the ball marked, well, they're giving it to him, and I don't know why they wouldn't measure. It's 4th and a yard, and he barely looked like he got the line to gain. If I was Coach Hunter, I'd be asking for a measurement.
Well, they started moving those chains pretty quick, too.
Wow.
And the down marker moved a little bit, too.
So first down, ball is on the Cougars' 38-yard line. As the Timberwolves stay in the spread, McGuire's back to pass. He's got a receiver out in the flat. He makes the catch out there for a short and minimal gain. That's number 12, Bryce Fuller.
Roper hangs on for the tackle.
So here, once again, now we're into their fourth series on offense, and they've switched back to the spread offense.
Spring Valley setting up shop in Jefferson's territory. 3:06 to go on a winding clock here in the first half. Spring Valley looking to, I think, run as much time off this clock and maybe score a touchdown and get into the end zone without giving Jefferson too much time to operate.
So 3 receivers in the near side. McGuire takes a direct snap. He's got some room up to the left. Out there, tackled by Nolan Melab, close to another first down. It looks like it's going to be 3rd and a yard from about the 29-yard line. So now the momentum has kind of shifted back to the Timberwolves. And they're looking to put some more points on the board here before halftime.
Well, after less of a mundane, quick running first quarter that was played on the ground, we've been treated to quite a second quarter of entertaining football.
So 3 receivers to the top. The handoff goes to Miguel Kane, and he's stopped right there for no gain. Good defense there again by the middle linebacker, Nolan Melab.
He's having himself a big, big game today.
And Nolan Melab is one of the best linebackers in the state of West Virginia, and he's really making his presence known there in the middle.
Him and Quentin Goins are having a big, big day getting into the Timberwolves backfield. 1:35 to go as the Timberwolves come to the line of scrimmage on 4th and 1.
So Hare brings up another big 4th down play as 3 receivers to the near side for the Timberwolves. Direct snap again to the quarterback. He's got the first down inside the 25-yard line to maybe the 22 or 23.
So that'll stop the clock while they move the chains.
They mark it at the 24. So another 1st and 10 for the Timberwolves as they continue to do what I believe they want to do, is keep the ball moving, keep it on the ground, keep that clock running.
1 minute to go in the first half.
So again, 3 receivers split wide to the right. McGuire's back to pass. He's looking for a man. He's got a receiver. He makes the catch, and he's into the end zone for the Timberwolves. Touchdown.
Just over the hands of the outstretched Jefferson receiver. Big time touchdown for Spring Valley. And as I was mentioning, I think that's exactly what they wanted to do. There's only 48 seconds left on the clock.
They exploited a little bit of a mismatch in height as the 6'4" Tate Atkins. Any relation, Jeremy?
My family is from down south, so most likely.
So as he went up over the top, and as the kids like to say, mossed Demarius Wallace, I thought Wallace was going to get a hand on it and knock it away for a second.
I did too.
But Atkins climbed the ladder, made a beautiful catch, and into the end zone he went. So with just under a minute to go, the Timberwolves go back up 14-7 over the Cougars.
Well, the good news is after halftime, Jefferson will receive the kickoff again. So they're not going to get hit with the double whammy of giving up a touchdown and then kicking the ball right back to him in the second half kicks off.
You know, I got to say, Jeremy, I'm not always in favor of alternating quarterbacks. But if you know what you've got and you can run a certain style of offense for each quarterback and run it effectively, then you know what? Knock yourself out, because they have done just that with the two quarterbacks, and they've been able to move the ball on the ground with Jamison Smith, and now here running and throwing with Liam McGuire.
My biggest pet peeve with the alternating quarterback is too many times in the past you've seen one quarterback move the ball all the way down the field, and then the coach tries to get a little bit too crafty and outsmarts himself and puts the other quarterback in and stalls a drive. But Spring Valley's doing it to perfection right now in the second quarter.
A Riddle to kick the ball off. A little onside squibber there to Milad. Milad picks it up, lowers his shoulder, and he's stuffed right there at about the 39 or 40-yard line.
That's going to give Jefferson 44 and a half seconds. See if they're going to try to take the top off or if they're going to be satisfied and go into halftime to receive this kick.
Well, you're at the 40. You've got, I think Jefferson still has 2 timeouts left, so
yeah,
I would
only burn the one. I'm taking
go
shots.
for broke. I would go. I mean, you got to see what you've got. Let's use your speed. You've got Roper and Robinson, and Roper is back in as running back for the Cougars. So Herrick's back to pass. He's got Robinson. He dumps it off there to Tayshawn through the middle. He broke a tackle, and he's down close to the 40. We'll call it the 42-yard line for the Cougars.
Quick timeout by Coach Hunter. Didn't let any time get off the clock after Roper got on the ground. 35 and a half seconds to go. Quick strike here. If Jefferson can score and then get the ball back at the beginning of the second half, that's going to definitely be a shot in the arm for him.
Yeah, that was a great pickup of about 19 yards on that first play when they needed a play that big, a little screen play. I thought Herrick was going to go down the field to try to hit Robinson as he was coming across the middle, but he wasn't open right away, and he checked down to Roper coming out of the backfield. A good check down there for Herrick as Roper was wide open and made a couple moves and now has Jefferson within striking distance. You know, they don't know if they would attempt a field goal. Jonathan Paneras, I don't know what his range is, 30, maybe 35 yards, we'll say. That might be pushing it. So they still would need maybe another 20 yards to get into Paneras' range.
Got to get down to at least.
So Herrick goes back.
20.
He's got Robinson, but he throws it over here way out of bounds over the head of Jackson Rockwell. But he had Keyshawn Robinson wide open, cutting through the middle of the field there. I don't know if that was a design play to Rockwell, because why would you not looking for your man number 2, Keyshawn Robinson?
Yeah, the only positive on that play is they only ran 4 seconds off the clock.
So second down for the Cougars, with still 1 timeout left with 31 seconds left to go. Let's see if they try to go back Robinson's way. Herrick back to pass. Robinson's there in the middle of the field again. Herrick, he's open. Herrick has to throw it up, and it's picked off by the Timberwolves. Number 8, Garrett Wagner with the interception, as the Timberwolves will take over.
Herrick just got a little bit too much air underneath that one and got a crowd of Timberwolves and Cougars right around the 10-yard line.
And again, Jeremy, he actually had Robinson open on 2 different occasions. First cutting across the middle, and then when he rolled, Keyshawn came back to the near side and was open again. But Herrick decided to go for the big one, and down the field, it looked like to Rockwell, and it was slightly underthrown and an interception by the Timberwolves. It looks like they're just going to be content on kneeling it, going in at the half, up 7. So the Cougars are going to have to go in and regroup. Looked like they had one good drive put together, as they were going to put another drive together, and it didn't work out for them, as we are going to take a commercial break and hear some words from our sponsors.
Hey, home team sports fans. Thank you for tuning in tonight. We tried to get Patrick Mahomes and Jake here. They're a little bit busy, so you're stuck with Jared from State Farm in Martinsburg, West Virginia. We are thrilled to partner with Home Team Sports to bring you area high school football this fall and to continue to support our area student athletes. Thanks for letting us be a part of this. Your needs guide us. Your goals drive us. Jared Ferguson, State Farm.
Helping families is my passion. It's what I love to do. Hi, I'm Cheryl Yates with ERA Liberty Realty. I've established a reputation for making your journey simple regardless of your price point. They say it takes a village, so I work closely with other professionals in the industry to make your experience a smooth one from start to finish.
We're so happy that we chose Cheryl Yates with ERA Liberty Realty to help us during our buying and selling process. If you would like a 5-star experience from top to bottom, choose Cheryl Yates.
As an Eastern Panhandle native, I possess an insight and knowledge of the area that is essential to reaching your goals. Whatever your real estate needs may be, remember me. I'm the key to buying or selling your home.
This is Jimmy, General Manager at Ameritech Tire and Auto, here to serve you with all your auto repair and service needs. We are a family-owned business serving our community since 2003. We work on all makes and models from vintage cars and trucks to collectors to today's latest, newest vehicles. So stop in and see us at one of our 2 locations. See you soon.
Hi, I'm Jeremy Atkins, broadcast announcer with Home Team Sports TV, sales consultant here at Opequon Motors. Make a fast break to 838 East Moeller Avenue in Martinsburg. Come see me for a slam dunk of a deal.
Here at the barn, we have been making dreams come true since 1972, where we help women feel their most beautiful for any occasion, from pageant, homecoming, and prom gowns to walking down the aisle in the perfect wedding gown alongside their bridesmaid and their family. Stop by to meet your stylist today to find an affordable gown, and we do offer layaway.
All right, Chloe, well, congratulations on your new policies. And just basically making sure all of your information looks okay. I went ahead and emailed you proof of insurance as well as ID cards. And if you need me for any reason, just don't hesitate to reach out. You can give me a call or text me anytime, okay?
Okay, that's perfect. Thank you.
Buying or selling real estate? Katra Law is the local choice for real estate closings. In fact, we were honored to be chosen as the best of the best real estate closing attorneys for 2022 by the Martinsburg Journal. With offices conveniently located on Foxcroft Avenue in Martinsburg and South George Street in Charlestown, Katra Law proudly serves the Eastern Panhandle. Whether on the court, field, or in the classroom, we wish all of our student athletes a safe and successful.
Juwan is the ultimate hype guy. I love him. He's always positive. He's always pepping them up and firing them up.
on, Parker. Work, Parker. Work, Parker. Work, 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 work.
Yeah, that's what they. I got educated on them.
Please welcome to the field your 2023-2024 Charisma Dance Ensemble members. Claire Adams, Harper Boone, Drew Cardis, Aiden Faribault, Elizabeth Gottlieb, Delaney Graham, Maggie Holzberger, Harper Powell, Megan Puttick, Taylor Rankin, Cassandra Stevens, Brooklyn Tansky, Madison Tansky, Ella Wallace, and Brielle Weisenberg. Charisma is directed by Chrissy Crawford and led this year by Charisma leadership members Drew Cardis and Elizabeth Gottlieb. Today, the Charisma Dance Ensemble will be taking it back to the 80s with part one of their jazz pom piece to Gloria Stefan and Miami Sound Machine's Conga. Let me hear you give it up for Charisma.
Good luck. Go.
Jefferson High School Athletics would like to
Hey, home team sports fans. Thank you for tuning in tonight. We tried to get Patrick Mahomes and Jake here. They're a little bit busy, so you're stuck with Jared from State Farm in Martinsburg, West Virginia. We are thrilled to partner with Home Team Sports to bring you area high school football this fall and to continue to support our area student athletes. Thanks for letting us be a part of this. Your needs guide us. Your goals drive us. Jared Ferguson, State Farm.
Helping families is my passion. It's what I love to do. Hi, I'm Cheryl Yates with ERA Liberty Realty. I've established a reputation for making your journey simple regardless of your price point. They say it takes a village, so I work closely with other professionals in the industry to make your experience a smooth one from start to finish.
We're so happy that we chose Cheryl Gates with ERA Liberty Realty to help us during our buying and selling process. If you would like a 5-star experience from top to bottom, choose Cheryl Yates.
As an Eastern Panhandle native, I possess an insight and knowledge of the area that is essential to reaching your goals. Whatever your real estate needs may be, remember me. I'm the key to buying or selling your home.
This is Jimmy, General Manager at Ameritech Tire and Auto, here to serve you with all your auto repair and service needs. We are a family-owned business serving our community since 2003. We work on all makes and models from vintage cars and trucks to collectors to today's latest, newest vehicles. So stop in and see us at one of our 2 locations. See you soon.
Hi, I'm Jeremy Atkins, broadcast announcer for Home Team Sports TV, sales consultant here at O'Beckett Motors. Make a fast break to 838 East Moeller Avenue in Martinsburg. Come see me for a slam dunk of a deal.
Welcome back to Jefferson High School Home Team Sports and R&L Landscaping, bringing you this Saturday afternoon contest. Spring Valley Timberwolves with the 14-7 lead over the Jefferson Cougars.
Yeah, Jeremy, let's talk a little bit about what we saw in the first half from each team real quick while we have a chance. What was your take on Spring Valley?
Well, they running 2 different quarterbacks in and out the game, and also running somewhere between 2 and 3 different offensive systems, going back to their power triple option type runs, trying to spread it out, and then a little combination thereof the both. But their old style option, triple option, Jefferson, Malib, and Goins were sniffing that out. And so far, even though the score is 14-7 Spring Valley, it's kind of been aided by 2 questionable calls. Both their touchdowns came off of Jefferson's not having a problem playing defense, and their last offensive drive got it going. Next to last offensive drive, they got it going with Rodrigo Delgado and got a touchdown. Kind of stalled out on the last play. Had Keyshawn Robinson open twice out in the flat, and quarterback just couldn't find him.
Yeah, I agree. Going back to Spring Valley real quick, their 2 quarterback systems, not something that I'm normally a fan of, but they're making it work, and they're working effectively between McGuire and Smith, mixing the run and the pass. McGuire's kind of, but they both seem to be able to pass the ball fairly well. McGuire's more of their dual threat. He runs the ball when they need a 3rd and yard, 4th and 1. You'll see him run the ball. They've got 2 serviceable running backs and Miguel Kane and Purdue. So they've been mixing a lot of different looks up for Jefferson, and it has given them problems at certain points in the game. But like you said, overall, between Goins and Jacobs and Milab, they've stopped them for the most part, other than a couple questionable plays that you keep referring to. But you know what? The Cougars got to forget about that. It's a whole new half. Think of it like it's 0-0 coming out here. They receive the ball coming out of half, and they've got to take it down and put some points on the board this first series. Not the second, third, fourth. They need to go down and establish themselves and put some points on the board.
Yes, they do. And while we're waiting to get the second half underway, want to thank home team's advertising partners that are helping us bring you this 2023 season. Shelton Tree Services, State Farm Insurance, call Jared Ferguson. Cottrell Law, Smith Nadenbush Insurance, Opeka Motors, call Jeremy Adkins. Neil Powell and Goosehead Insurance. R&L Landscaping, Charlie Lamp, title sponsor bringing you this game today. Ameritech Tire and Auto, the Barn and Bridal Formal Wear. Mountain State Basketball Academy, Cheryl Yates of ERA Liberty Realty, Benchwarmers Sports Bar and Grill, Burger Night on Mondays, 50-cent wings on Tuesdays, and Big Mike's Grillin'. Got a little breeze going on. Game clock is set to 12 minutes for the third quarter.
So we'll see if they continue to do what they did in the first half. They kicked the ball. They had a nice opening kickoff to start the game. They kind of kept it away from the Cougars, Robinson and Tayshawn Roper, aside from the one. The last kick we saw them do was more of a squib, kind of onside squib kick picked up by Milab. I think they'll probably stick with that again to try to keep it out of the hands of their speedsters. But I would like to see them get the ball to Keyshawn Robinson more. If nothing else, coaches, you hear me? 3 games in, Keyshawn does not have enough touches. If he's your best player and one of the best players in the state of West Virginia, because he's certainly the fastest, get that man the ball.
Well, that last drive, you didn't necessarily even have to try to force feed him the ball. He's finding spots in the zone defense and the coverage. Harris just has to find him. A little bit of cloud cover coming in, which I know the players are happy about.
Yeah, the breeze does feel good as it's blowing through here in the booth.
I will say we had a lot less cramps so far today than we did 2 weeks ago on Friday night here against Spring Mills.
Yep.
Oh, onside squib kick takes a Spring Valley bounce, but
Roper picks it up.
That could
he
be
tries to
bad
return
news.
it to the near side. Can he hit the corner as Roper turns it up?
Almost.
And he just ran out a little bit of room there. He needed about another yard or two of real estate, and I think if he'd have turned the corner, he'd have been gone. But nevertheless, that was a good return by Roper. It seems like when he gets the ball,
he likes to run the wheel.
He likes to run to the near side. It seems like that's what the return. I guess they like to, from when Macedo's there, they'll
set up a wall.
They return to their bench side, so hopefully they, can get that. The first game, it worked out to perfection, and he took one back to the house.
All right, let's see what the Jefferson Cougars dialed up and have game plan over their halftime break for.
So Herrick hands it to Roper. He bounces to the outside, cuts back up to the middle. Maybe a gain of 3 yards on the play. So it'll be second down on the 41-yard line for the Cougars.
So Jefferson sticking with the ground and pound run game that worked for him a good bit in the first half.
Yeah, the Timberwolves are a not score quickly kind of team.
No, very methodical.
They run a lot of time and then score, and that's what makes it sometimes difficult for teams like Jefferson that aren't equipped necessarily for that. As Herrick takes it up, and it looks like the ball squirts loose again, but it looks like he's down. But what will the officials say this time? Will they give the ball back to the Timberwolves?
Jefferson definitely cannot stand to.
They are giving the ball right back over to the Timberwolves, and I'm telling you right now, I can see the view from here. His knee was clearly down, and that's 3 calls that have won against the Jefferson Cougars this game.
That was not the best call.
But the bottom line remains, Jeremy, you have to hold on to the football. You have to hold on. If you're running the ball, especially up the middle where you have linebackers and interior, you have to hold the ball.
Dare I speculate maybe it's time for a little bit of Keyshawn Robinson at the Wildcat quarterback position?
It was time for Keyshawn Robinson 2 games ago, Jeremy.
JD, you're echoing the points of most of us at Home Team Sports who've watched the first 3 games. We've done the first 3 games. And
so Smith drops back. He's got a man. Keyshawn Robinson out there in the coverage. And nobody open there.
I thought that field judge was reaching into his pocket for another flag.
I almost thought it could have been called too. He bumped him 10 yards, 12 yards down. Actually, probably was more like 15 or 16 yards down the field.
When he bumped him, he was between the receiver and the ball too, so he was possibly impeding his progress.
So again, the Timberwolves open up with Jamison Smith at quarterback.
So 2nd and 10, Cougars need a stop, big stop.
And Abercrombie in the backfield with him to his left on 2nd down. Smith hands it to Abercrombie. Abercrombie cuts up to the inside, maybe a pickup of 3 down to the Cougars' 41-yard line. Goes Jalen Abercrombie.
Didn't get a ton of yards on that play, but nevertheless, it was a good pickup. He was able to dance around and in the pocket and evade a few defenders and squeak out 3 yards. So looking at 3rd and 7. Ball on the Jefferson side of the field.
So the Timberwolves come out in their spread formation with a tight end to the right side. The handoff is to Abercrombie. He cuts right. Nothing there as Jacobs
gets to the play even though he was being held.
I believe that was Jacobs. I don't know if Quentin's in there at the moment. Yeah, Quentin is in there.
Quentin sealed off the edge, and I thought he was getting held too. I was watching that more so than Jacobs coming up the middle pursuing.
But that's what happens when you got Jacobs and Goins on the field. You've got to pick your poison with one. Are you going to block Jacobs or are you going to block Goins? Because you're not going to be able to block them both every single play.
Well, and if you're going to bring Nolan Mahlebe up the middle also, that's going to create a lot of problems. Like we said, defense is definitely not the Cougars' problem so far this season.
So the Timberwolves are on the punt as Robinson's back to receive, and they kick it right to Robinson. Great punt.
Great kick out of the
sails
back of
into
the
the end zone.
That young man's got a leg on him.
Wow, that was probably well over a 50-yard kick.
He got some leg underneath it. Jefferson's going to take over on their own 20-yard line. 10 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. Jefferson looking to put something together here after their last drive stalled out on a fumble by Harich.
Yeah, they definitely got to get something going. I mean, turnovers have plagued them in this game so far, and just some bad luck as well. We can call it because we're not sure. The officials made the call, so we'll go with that. But regardless, they've had just some bad luck on their side, and hopefully they can get things turned around. As Roper's to the left of Herrick, Robinson in motion. The handoff goes to Roper up the middle. Picks up maybe 4 on the play, maybe call it 5 out to the 25-yard line.
Running Robinson as a decoy on that modified jet sweep. Roper able to pick up about 5 on the play.
So 2nd and 5 on their own 25. You got Robinson, and it looks like Brady Roberts here to the near side. Got Roper. Handoff goes to him again, up the middle for another 2 or 3 yards. So that brings up a big first down for the Cougars. Or I'm sorry, a big 3rd down for the Cougars from their own 28-yard line.
Well, it's a short manageable 3rd down, 2 yards. Like Tayshawn Roper's going to line up behind Harris. Delgado in motion and more of an H-back position. They're going to get Roper in the backfield.
Oh, and there goes Herrick. He broke loose. He's to the 40, to the 30, 20, 10. Can they catch him? No. Dylan Herrick all the way. Touchdown, Cougars.
I think they got everybody in the stadium, including me, on that one.
It looked like they handed it to Roper, and Herrick kept it and made a move and off to the races. Dylan Herrick displaying a little bit of speed that I don't think a lot of people thought he had.
Nah, definitely the shot in the arm that the Jefferson offense needed. Quick strike there. Possessed the ball for just a hair over a minute and 20 seconds and able to get the touchdown. And big extra point here to tie the game.
The kick is up, and it is good. And we are tied at 14, guys.
Well, we got ourselves an exciting ball game here this afternoon.
So with 8:55 to go in the third quarter, your score is 14-14.
So I got to give it up to Jefferson there. Rebounded from another questionable call and didn't let it get to him. And bang, bang, quick strike. Got the game tied.
Yeah, it looked like the Timberwolves were expecting that run to Roper. And
well, I wondered why it looked like Tayshawn Roper went down a little bit easy on that play.
And Herrick just ran right past
it was
the whole defense, and then he's 15 yards down the field before they even realized almost, well, there goes the man with the ball. And then the foot race was on, and Dylan Herrick outran the defense.
Stadium was dead quiet for about 3 seconds and then exploded when everybody realized Herrick was out in the open and had to be ran down if he was going to be stopped.
I believe that was a 67-yard touchdown run by Dylan Herrick. So Jonathan Panaris is on to kick the ball away. Cole Ferguson and Jalen Abercrombie to receive. The ball goes over towards Ferguson. He's out to the 30. He's got a little room to run in the crease. Down to the 50-yard line and still going.
That is an exact replica of the last kickoff.
A little pushing and shoving going on over there. Whoa! Somebody's going to get a flag as a Timberwolves player just hit the ground pretty hard. And that's not what you want if you're the Jefferson Cougars.
15 yards to this. Timberwolves are going to be in prime time field position to start this next drive.
I'm not sure who the guilty party was for the Cougars on that, but that was totally unnecessary and way after the play.
Coach Hunter is chewing somebody out.
That's Brady Roberts he's having a chat with at the moment. So I don't know if Roberts was the guilty one or it was someone else. But the referees...
We got offsetting penalties? Absolutely.
Well, they call it on both teams. I'm surprised they didn't get the one that pushed last, because that was the most effective one.
Well, we had quite a group of players from both teams right around midfield, and don't know if one team retaliated towards the initial contact, but that's what I would consider to be quite the lucky break for Jefferson.
Well, it looks like to me
there were two
way back penalties. So maybe
they're walking it back all the way to the 20-yard line.
The unnecessary roughnesses were offsetting, but then there must have been a block in the back or a holding.
It was a block and it was a hold. The referee definitely signaled a hold.
So that goes against the Timberwolves, and they will start deep in their own territory from the 21-yard line.
So offsetting unsportsmanlike conduct penalties after the hold.
McGuire is the quarterback, hands the ball up the middle.
I don't want to call it a stroke of luck, but that was a stroke of luck for Jefferson. Just changed the field position about 50 yards with getting the benefit of that call that time. Clock running as it has been for most of the day here in Shenandoah Junction, tie ball game. Jefferson and Spring Valley giving us a nice, enjoyable contest.
So second down and about 8 for the Timberwolves from their own 23-yard line. Got a single receiver here to the near side. The man in motion is Abercrombie. McGuire looks like he tries to keep the ball. And the pressure, the penetration from the Cougars has just been crazy here the last few series, even going back to the first half. The Timberwolves haven't gotten anything going up the middle.
Jefferson playing a great defensive game today.
So 3rd and 10 from their own 21.
Quick 3 and out here. Jefferson get the ball back in good field position. I know that'll make Coach Hunter a happy man.
Well, it looks like they got Purdue in the backfield. McGuire's under center, sends Abercrombie in motion. McGuire tries to keep it around the end, and he's sacked by Quentin Goins. And there's that man again.
That man has lived in the Spring Valley backfield all afternoon. I think he might be building a house back there.
Yeah, they cannot block Quentin Goins. He is a man possessed. He's always in the backfield. If he's not making the play, he's disrupting the play.
What a story, that young man. A year ago, he was the quarterback, and now he's a Division I prospect playing defensive end edge rusher.
So the Cougars should get great field position as the Timberwolves punt from their own goal line, but as we saw the last time, this kid has a good foot. He gets off a spiral kind of low. Keyshawn will take it. He makes a move and he stumbles, but he's still on his feet. Keyshawn's going down the sideline. Is anybody going to catch? They knock him out of bounds. McGuire saves the touchdown, but a great return by Keyshawn Robinson.
See what happens when that young man gets the ball in his hands. All-state track state champion, 100 and 200 meter sprinter.
So it looked like they almost had him stopped around the 50. He stumbled, but he was able to keep his balance, cut outside and down the sideline before he was knocked out of bounds at the 15. About a 40-yard punt return. So we have Roper and Delgado in at the game at the same time with Robinson in motion. The handoff goes to Roper. He cuts to the left, and he's tackled there. He's down to maybe the 12-yard line, so a pickup of 3 yards on the play.
And I like that set. I'd like to see those two in the backfield more often. We've seen Delgado a lot so far the second and third quarter playing an H-back, more of an up-back blocker type position, but I'd like to see both of them in the backfield.
Yeah, I agree. I like when all three of them, including Robinson, in the game together, because you just can't key on one or two. Now you've got to key on all three.
No, and if you get Keyshawn in motion, you can do a lot of deceptive trickery with the ball, too.
So Herrick takes the snap. He hands it to Roper. Roper makes a move to the right and sticks his head down and picks up maybe 4 yards on the play. It's going to bring up maybe 3rd and 2 for the Cougars.
It's like they're going to give him the benefit. Oh, nope, it's going to be 3rd and 2. Thought there was going to be 3rd and 1.
So Roper's picking up solid yards on 1st and 2nd down for the Cougars. Let's see if they continue to give the ball to Roper here or they have something else up their sleeve. So Herrick hands the ball again to Roper. He dances his way out to the left. Not much there.
Looks like he might have got enough for the first down, though.
Oh, let's see if they give it to him. They're saying first down. Now, one official's calling for time. Well, they're giving them the first.
So, fresh set of downs for the Cougars to operate with.
1st and goal from the 5 for the Cougars. So they're in scoring position as Rockwell and Wallace come off and Goins and Milab replace them. It looks like this is their heavy package. Jumbo package, that's right. And Keyshawn Robinson in the backfield. Tayshawn Roper is the lone receiver.
Delgado, the
in motion. Herrick, a little confusion there. Herrick with the ball. He's over the goal line for touchdown, Cougars.
I don't know if that was intentional or improvised, but nonetheless, that's going to put the Cougars up 20-14.
Yeah, Jeremy, they just don't make it easy on themselves. It looked like Roper went in motion. Robinson was the lead blocker for Herrick. Somehow, Robinson got slowed up by the motion from Roper, and Herrick runs into Robinson. I'm actually surprised he got into the end zone because it just seemed a little clustered there.
All 3 people were supposed to not meet at the same point of space and time.
So I'm sure they'll look at the film on that one and make some adjustments on the timing of that play. But I like the play call. So they're waiting on Goins running back on the field. So the extra point attempt as Delgado holds. It's down, the kick is up, and it's good. So your score is 21-14 Cougars with 4:10 left to go in this third quarter. And we will take a short break and be right back.
Here at the barn, we have been making dreams come true since 1972, where we help women feel their most beautiful for any occasion, from pageant, homecoming, and prom gowns to walking down the aisle in the perfect wedding gown alongside their bridesmaid and their family. Stop by to meet your stylist today to find an affordable gown, and we do offer layaway.
And we are back. Jefferson getting ready to kick off. Big time third quarter for the Cougars so far.
Yeah, that was a much needed touchdown for Jefferson on that play. I wanted them to get it last series, but they got it this series, and that give them the lead. And a little short pooch kick for Pineros. It just kind of dies there as Abercrombie picks it up, and he's still got room to run, and Robert Abercrombie down over to the 50.
That far side of the field on special teams kick coverage is been a weak link all day.
You were right. They have gotten great returns on the far side of the field.
Jefferson was trying to keep the ball away from that side of the field, and as soon as Spring Valley picked the ball up off the ground, they went right back towards their sideline for that same seam that they've been looking for off their other two big kickoff returns. So Timberwolves going to come out with a 1st and 10 from the 45.
It was a great kick. I like the pooch kick because it just kind of died. But the kickoff team has to get down there, but they have to stay in their lanes. I think everybody was trying to go to hit the ball, and that created that lane.
Spring Valley benefited because when that ball hit the ground, it died.
So Smith back to pass. He rolls out to the right. He throws the ball. It's picked off by Quentin Goins, and he makes a man miss and another man miss, and he's still on his feet. Down to the Timberwolves 35-yard line goes Quentin Goins, and a huge turnover.
Cannot keep that man's name out of the broadcaster's mouth. He's having a great defensive game, making his mark on the Timberwolves today.
What a great play by Goins. You don't see the defensive tackle lineman usually get an interception like that, but
he dropped back in coverage, and Jacobs was all in the quarterback's face.
Yeah, great pressure by the Cougars defense, and that ultimately created that interception. I'm like, when he threw the ball, I was like, he's throwing to the wrong color jersey, because Quentin Goins was the only one out there within probably 10 yards.
I didn't think he should have even threw the ball. He should have took the sack. But with somebody the size of Nasir Jacobs barreling down on you, you can make some unjust decisions at times. Got a Spring Valley player cramped up on the field.
Well, we're going to take a quick commercial. We're going to stay right here as he comes off the field now.
Do want to shout out Jefferson High School Athletics and their 2023-24 field sponsors: Home Helpers of Martinsburg, WVU Medicine, Harlan J. Shoemaker and Son Incorporated, Charlestown Moose Lodge 948, HD's Barbecue and Soul Food Catering, Roberts Real Estate Group, Giannis Orthodontics, Parsons Ford, Oak Tree Homes, Ours Lawyer, Lewis CPAs, CMA's Toyota Chevrolet Martinsburg, and a special thanks to our Cougar Golf Classic presenting sponsor, Shenandoah Air Conditioning and Heating.
So the Cougars will take over on the Timberwolves 35-yard line, 1st and 10. So good field position to start this possession after the turnover from Goins. So Herrick is in the shotgun along with Tayshawn Roper to his right.
So Spring Valley for the first time pressed to get a stop.
Roper with the carry, dances way down inside the 30-yard line to maybe the 29. So a nice gain on 1st down for Tayshawn Roper.
Jefferson's got him back on their heels.
Yeah, credit to the offensive line. They're really starting to impose their will and move. I mean, you see some big boys there on the defensive line of the Timberwolves, but Jefferson has just been solid all day on the offensive line side, and they've been able to just pick up 3 or 4 or 5 yards.
Well, historically with Spring Valley, they've had a lot of size, but...
And there's Roper spinning his way down to the 27-yard line.
Sometimes some athleticism can neutralize size down in the trenches.
So it'll be close to another first down, probably bring up a 3rd and short. We'll call it 2 yards for the Cougars. So 3 receivers here to the near side as Aiden Miller is in the slot along with Keyshawn Robinson.
Roper in the backfield.
Herrick trying to give the hard count again.
Clock winding down, less than 5 seconds to go.
Herrick gets the snap, hands it to Roper. A little delay. Roper up the middle. It looks like he's got enough for the first down inside the 25 to the 24-yard line.
Jefferson driving and continuing to keep the clock running. We're all the way down to almost 2 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. One of the fastest moving high school football games I've been part of in a long time, JD.
Yeah, it's when you run the ball, the Cougars are doing something that they haven't done a lot in the last few years, is run the ball. They've really tried to establish the run, as we now see Keyshawn Robinson in the backfield and Roper split out here to the near side along with Jackson Rockwell.
Down to 5 on the play clock again.
So Herrick with the snaps. Hand it to Keyshawn. Keyshawn with a little burst up the middle, and it keeps moving the pile. For another first down, it looks like, or close to a first down.
Oh, a little extracurricular activity down there.
I don't agree with that flag. Don't agree with that flag. It's on the Timberwolves. I thought they were going to call it on the Jefferson player for throwing his arm towards the Timberwolves player.
Got to be a little frustrated when you get your helmet ripped off 7-8 yards away from the play when you're blocking.
Absolutely. But you definitely, in a skirmish, you definitely don't want your helmet to be off.
No.
So at that point, you just need to back away, play smart.
And of note, he will now have to come off the field for a play because his helmet came off.
So the Cougars will now have excellent field position inside the 10 down to the 7-yard line.
Opportunity to go up by 2 touchdowns if they can punch it in here.
So Robinson remains in the backfield with Herrick. He sends Tayshawn Roper in motion. The give is to Robinson. Robinson stutter steps his way and then cuts up the middle down to maybe the 5-yard line. I'd like to see Delgado get some carries in this situation.
I was going to say the same thing. He's the Cougars' power back. This is not necessarily the place where I would expect to see your fast wide receiver lined up back there.
So Robinson to the left of Herrick again. He sends Roper in motion. He throws the ball. I'm not sure what that was. It looked like it was a slant play to Rockwell, but Herrick just kind of lobbed the ball up. He got lucky. It was just knocked away because that pass could have easily been picked off.
And sometimes this is where coaches outsmart themselves by trying to be too crafty. Just hand the ball to Roper or Delgado and punch it in. And they've been running hard all day.
And here comes their jumbo package again as Delgado, Milab, and Goins all come into the game. So their 3rd and goal from the 5 are the Cougars. And Wallace is trying to get off the field. So Roper in motion. Hands off to Keyshawn. He makes a move, and it's a sprint to the pylon. Keyshawn Robinson inside. Did they get the touchdown? Touchdown, Cougars. I wasn't sure if he quite got in. I know his body crossed over the pylon, but it's always where the ball is and not necessarily where their body is. So a little delay on the call there by the official, but he did get in, and that was a big, big touchdown for Jefferson that puts them up 2 scores.
Well, the masses have been calling to get the ball into Robinson's hands, so there you go. They got it into his hands, and he got it in the end zone.
So Panaris is on the attempt the extra point again for the Cougars. Delgado with the hold. The kick is up, and it is good. And with 45 seconds left to go in the third quarter, it's your Jefferson Cougars 28, Spring Valley Timberwolves 14. And we will take a quick commercial break. We're going to hear a word from our sponsors.
Buying or selling real estate? Katra Law is the local choice for real estate closings. In fact, we were honored to be chosen as the best of the best real estate closing attorneys for 2022 by the Martinsburg Journal. With offices conveniently located on Foxcroft Avenue in Martinsburg and South George Street in Charlestown, Katra Law proudly serves the Eastern Panhandle.
Welcome back. Jefferson up 28-14. Let's see if they try to go to that far side again, and yes, they do. Keep it a little closer to the hash marks and bounce it out, but found that same seam again.
Yeah, Cole Ferguson has been killing the Cougars on returns this game. I know the Cougars are up, but you just have to be a little concerned if you're Coach Hunter and that coaching staff, because special teams, as we all know, is a crucial part of a football game, and sometimes it can come down to that flip of the field, on a return. So they definitely need to figure something out there, because that far side of the field has given up way too many yards on the kickoff return.
So here's where I'm at. Is Spring Valley's offense, which has been very methodical all day long, can they put the ball in the end zone twice in 12 minutes? Because we're about to flip the field and start the fourth quarter.
Well, McGuire's in at quarterback again. He hands the ball off to Miguel Kane, who cuts up the middle, and solid pickup of 4 yards on the play. But, yeah, Jeremy, like you said, with the time winding down here in the third, they're going to have to put some good drives together, some quicker drives.
Because I thoroughly expect when the Cougars get the ball back, we're going to see a heavy dose of Roper and Delgado, keep the ball on the ground, keep the clock running.
So McGuire in the shotgun. He's got 3 receivers here to the near side.
It's going to be the last play of the third.
Swings it out to Abercrombie. Abercrombie makes a move on somebody, out of bounds, across the 50, down to the 48. And that's going to do it for our third quarter here at Cougar Stadium, where the Cougars are up 28-14, and we're going to take a commercial break.
Selling real estate? Katra Law is the local choice for real estate closings. In fact, we were honored to be chosen as the best of the best real estate closing attorneys for 2022 by the Martinsburg Journal. With offices conveniently located on Foxcroft Avenue in Martinsburg and South George Street in Charlestown, Katra Law proudly serves the Eastern Panhandle. Whether on the court, field, or in the classroom, we wish all of our student athletes a safe and successful.
Jawan is the ultimate hype guy. I love him. He's always positive. He's always pepping them up and firing them up.
Come back to Jefferson High School, Spring Valley, 1st and 10 from the Jefferson 48.
McGuire hands it to Kane. Kane looks for some running
tackle,
room,
Jacobs.
I tell you, Jacobs just grabs a hold of you, and anybody else would break that arm tackle.
Right.
But when you look at Nasir Jacobs out there with his arms popping out of the sleeves, he just grabs a hold of you, and you're done. You're tackled right there. So back to the line of scrimmage is all as Miguel Kane could manage on that play. So to bring up 2nd and 10 for the Timberwolves. And this drive is very key for them, because I think if they don't get some kind of points on this drive, it's going to be hard to come down from 2 scores in this kind of a game. McGuire back to throw. Oh, he's got the 6'4" receiver. And just when you say it, they throw it up. Big play there by Tate Atkins once again for the Timberwolves, going up and over Wallace for the score. And I just don't know why the Cougars wouldn't have made adjustment. They went to that play earlier in the first half when they had that mismatch, and Wallace is definitely the smaller man as Atkins stands at 6'4", and obviously he can get up and go get the ball. You know, you just sometimes also have to make those defense adjustments as well as the offensive ones. And, credit the Timberwolves, they just took advantage of it. So the extra point is down, it's up, and it's no good.
That might come back to be costly.
So it still does remain a 1-score game at 28-20, but like you said, Jeremy, those extra points can definitely come back to haunt you later in the ball game.
And that was a quick strike by the Timberwolves. I was questioning if they could do that, and they had possession of the ball for about 1 minute and 20 seconds, and big play to Adkins down the field. Leaps up, gets the ball, gets back on the ground, gets it into the end zone.
You know, I'm wondering if I'd have to go back and look. I don't remember Wallace being the starting corner the first game of the season. I thought Robinson had been, at least the last couple years, Robinson had been the starting corner on that side. I don't know if they made a change at some point within the last couple of games and decided that Robinson was a better fit at safety this year, and then they could move Wallace out to corner. But I feel, terrible for Wallace. He's doing what he can. He had good coverage, but with the size and height difference, it's just hard to cover a guy that's 6'4", and that is long and can go up and get the ball like that. So Robinson and Roper are back to receive the kick for the Cougars. A little onside squibber there, and it goes out of bounds.
Bounced off the Jefferson player's leg.
It looked like Melab, or was not, yeah, it was Melab, tried.
Spring Valley's got the ball.
To go over and knock the player from Spring Valley away from the ball.
And it hit his leg.
But at the same time, like you said, Jeremy, it bounced into Melab's leg.
Jefferson,
and I don't know that they've made a call yet. The Timberwolves say it's their football, and so do the officials. Wow, what a turn of events here at Cougar Stadium here to start the fourth quarter.
Wow. Costly mistake.
Yeah, I tell you, the Cougars have had some bad luck, some mental breakdowns, kind of all bottled up in one here in this game.
And a lot of it all season's been special teams.
And they still are winning the game right now, and if you look at the first couple games, had things been a little different, the first couple games, they probably would have won the Spring Mills game easier and beat Sharando in overtime or even in regulation last week, as McGuire swings it out to Abercrombie, who makes a nice spin move on the defender, and he gets out over the inside the Cougars 40-yard line to the 39.
He worked hard for that 5 yards.
That's why they need to get the ball to Abercrombie. He is their player, he's their athlete, and they haven't necessarily gotten the ball as much as I expected them to this game. But every time they have gotten the ball to him, he's made something happen, made something out of nothing.
Spring Valley to the line of scrimmage. 10.5 minutes to go in the ball game. Down by 8 points. Jefferson needs a big Jacobs or Goins play here.
So McGuire stays in at quarterback. He's back to pass. He's pressured by Goins, and he just throws it out of bounds. They're looking for an intentional grounding flag, and there it comes.
Gotta be. Threw it into the cheerleaders.
Well, I don't know what the rule is in high school or if it's the same as college. If you're outside the tackles, the ball has to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe they're saying, because I think he was outside the tackles, but maybe the ball didn't quite make it back to the line of scrimmage.
I don't think you can chuck the ball out of bounds from sitting in the pocket anywhere, and I don't know that he got outside of the pocket, really.
Yeah, maybe not.
One way or another, the closest receiver, if he was standing on the out-of-bounds line on Jefferson, was still 10 yards away from the play at least.
And that's a huge play because that's a penalty and a loss of down for the Timberwolves, and that brings up 2nd and 25 maybe.
The penalty's bad, but the loss of down to go with it, that don't work good either.
Well, it's 3rd down now, actually.
Yes.
As you hear the coaches yelling and the fans yelling, it's 3rd down, and they do change the down marker.
Once upon a time, Colorado got 5 downs because of a mistake like that.
Yeah, so the quarterback McGuire keeps it. Tackled there by Noah Benjamin, bring up 4th down and a lot. So the Timberwolves will be forced to punt.
Big defensive stand for the Jefferson Cougars there to get the ball back in the hands of their offense after that mishap on the onside kick.
So Robinson will go back to receive the punt. It took a minute for
there's only 10 seconds left on the play clock. They're
going to have to hurry up as both teams are changing personnel, and the Cougars are just kind of walking out there, not ready.
3, 2, 1, got it off.
Get the snap off. It's a wobbly kind of kick, a high kick. Robinson just stays away from it, and it takes a Cougars bounce. The Timberwolves will down it there at the 32-yard line, and that's where the Cougars will take over. 1st and 10. With just over 9 minutes to go here in this 4th quarter. So Roper is in the backfield again with Herrick as Robinson goes out to the slot.
Well, Jefferson come out, just pound that ball and keep taking time off the clock like they've done all day, and think they can send Spring Valley back on that long, long drive to Huntington. Disappointed.
Yeah, they're here to try to get revenge on their playoff loss from last year. Oh, a nice fake there by Herrick, and he saw the opening, and a good gain on 1st down out to the 40 for Dylan Herrick as he takes a shot to the head.
Comes up a little bit limp. Definitely got hit in the head there. Clock's running, 9 minutes to go.
So a good gain of 8 yards on 1st down for Dylan Herrick. It'll bring up 2nd and 2 for the Cougars. So you got Bubs Shelton in motion. The give is to Roper. He's close to the 1st down as a flag comes down.
I think we got our legal procedure. It looked like more than one man was moving at the same time for Jefferson.
Yeah, I'm surprised the flag didn't come out right away on that because you definitely can't have 2 guys moving in the backfield.
Now, generally that flag would come out immediately and you wouldn't even be able to run a play.
So that'll be a 5-yard penalty. It'll bring up 2nd and 7.
And a rare stoppage of the clock here in Shenandoah Junction this afternoon. We've got 8:41 to go. Jefferson with possession of the ball, 2nd and 7, up by a touchdown and a 2-point conversion over the Spring Valley Timberwolves. It's going to be a big win if Jefferson can hold on.
So 3 receivers to the far side. Dylan Herrick reads, gives it to Roper on the handoff there, and there's nothing there for Tayshawn Roper as he'll lose a couple on the play.
Timberwolves had that one sniffed out right off the bat.
Looked like it was just a read option for Herrick, and he gives the ball to Roper. And it was just a great read on defense there by the Timberwolves. Maybe one he should have kept.
Well, I think those plays like that where they're trying to stretch out and get around the edge, Spring Valley's prepared for, but more necessarily with Robinson running them.
So Herrick's back to pass. He's looking for somebody. He throws it downfield to Jackson Rockwell. He's wide open to the 30. He's down to the 20. Inside the 10. Touchdown Cougars. Jackson Rockwell takes it to the house for Jefferson.
Big time throw by Herrick. He was able to get his shoulders square with the line of scrimmage. And he was running left, and he's throwing her back across the grain of his body. Great delivery and throw. Rockwell just got behind the defense and sat down and waited for the ball to come.
Yeah, and what a way to secure the ball for Rockwell. He wanted to make sure he knew he had to catch first and foremost, and then after he just had green grass in front of him, and
that was a great
he was
play.
able to get to the end zone.
Wasn't thinking about getting in the end zone before he made sure he had possession of the ball. Very headsy play by Rockwell, and that's going to put Jefferson up by...
The kick
15
is good by Paneras. So with 7:39 left to go in your ball game, the Cougars open their lead up 35-21.
Well, the expectations of Jefferson to continue to run the ball were not that on that play. They came out shooting, and Rockwell was able to get behind the defense and make a big play.
Yeah, Jeremy, it's been kind of a up and down game for Jefferson as so far. They really haven't gone to the air too many times other than maybe there towards the end of the first half when time was running down. I think they kind of lured the Timberwolves asleep a little bit, and then they hit them with the overhead throw down deep to Rockwell for the score. So well played by the Cougars.
Well, see if the Timberwolves are going to come out and try to throw the ball down the field to Adkins, and see if Jefferson's going to be aware and key in on that, and if they can stop him. Because that's the only thing really that's worked for big chunks of yards all day for Spring Valley, and they got to get the ball in the end zone twice, get an extra point and a 2-point conversion.
Oh, not a good decision on Ferguson's part, because I believe if he would have let that bounce, it would have rolled out of bounds.
Absolutely would have been
and been a penalty for the Cougars. But he decides to pick it up, and his momentum takes him out of bounds at the 10-yard line, and that's where Spring Valley will start there, and they'll have to go 90 yards.
Been a long day in the heat. Starts to lead to poor decisions at the end of the game. Especially when you're down by double-digit points and you're trying to make something happen. 2 minutes ago, biggest defensive series of the game for the Cougars.
Yeah, and if you're Spring Valley with just a little over 7 minutes to go, you're not typically a throwing team, although they've shown they can throw the ball more this year than in the past. You're not going to be able to run a lot of time off the clock. You're going to have to go to the air here this next couple possessions if you get an extra one after this.
They do have all 3 timeouts left.
So Jamison Smith back to pass. He's under pressure from Goins, and he goes down. Quentin Goins with his 3rd sack, I believe, of the game.
He barely got the ball back out of the end zone.
So Goins sacks Smith all the way back to the 2-yard line. And Quentin Goins continues to wreak havoc on the Timberwolves offense. I don't know who's blocking that guy, but I would think I would know where number 7 is every time and get 2 guys on him if you have to.
2 people blocking him. At least a running back chipping and then rolling out into the flat or running out for a screen pass.
So 3rd and 16 or 17. The swing pass out there to Cole Ferguson. He makes some of that yardage up as he gets it out over the 10-yard line, maybe the 11-yard line. But now a big 3rd down here for the Timberwolves.
Now, is the Timberwolves going to punt, or is Coach Dingus going to pull an Andy Reid and go for it on 4th and forever from deep in his own territory?
Yeah, oh, man, I tell you, with probably under 6 minutes to go when they get the ball, or 4th down, they have 4th down, I would say that you're almost going to have, if they have 3 timeouts, you're almost going to have to punt the ball away. So 3rd and call it 8 as Smith backs to pass. He throws it to no one as the ball sails out of bounds. Looks like he intended it for Jalen Abercrombie, but great coverage there by Tayshawn Roper, and he has to just throw the ball away. So that brings up 4th down, and it does look like the Timberwolves will punt it away.
So you think Jefferson's going to bring the house on this one and try to block it? I would.
I don't know. They're sending. It looks like they're going to set up the return, because now they're backing off Roper also, and the ball does come over here to the near side, and Jefferson will just get away from it. The ball's going to die right there at about the 39, and they will take over there 1st and 10.
Good decision to get away from that ball after what happened to Malib on the onside kick.
So the Cougars will start in great field position.
And before we get this Jefferson possession started, want to shout out all of our advertising partners who have helped bring us the 3 games so far and will continue to help the rest of the season. Shelton Tree Services, Jared Ferguson, State Farm Insurance, Smith Nadenbush Insurance, Cottrell Law, Neil Powell Goosehead Insurance, Opeka Motors and Jeremy Adkins, R&L Landscaping, Meritech Tire and Auto, The Barn Bridal and Formal Wear.
So Herrick hands the ball off to Roper. He gets some great yards up the middle. Maybe 6, almost 7 yards for Tayshawn Roper.
Got that clock running again.
Yeah, and it looks like the Cougars will just be content to keep it on the ground, run that time down as far as they can.
Yeah, I don't want to jinx anybody, but the Timberwolves are going to need a small miracle. And they're going to let that play clock run as long as it can. And as we're starting to wind this game down, and it looks like Jefferson is going to get the 1st down maybe?
I think he's just a little short, maybe a half yard short. That'll bring up 3rd and less than a yard for the Cougars from the 30-yard line.
Jefferson gets a 1st down here, and I think we might need to start thinking about who's going to be our Big Mike's Grilling player of the game, JD.
Yeah, there are definitely a couple options for the Cougars, but I think there's only one man that really stands out the most to me in this game.
He definitely plays on the defensive side of the ball.
I'll give you a clue, Jeremy. He wears number 7. And there goes Keyshawn Robinson with a little room to run down to the 20. Picks up the 1st down.
So the Timberwolves going to start using these 3 timeouts that they have. They're going to save them, try to get the ball back on offense. I don't know if it's going to help. Jefferson gets a field goal or a touchdown here, and the game's going to almost be out of hand. It's 4 minutes and 15 seconds, and the clock is running. Got a Cougar limping off the field. Coach Hunter out there helping him.
If it hasn't already, I would say one more 1st down for the Cougars would just about seal this game. As Roper is out right now, and Robinson is in the game at tailback. The give is to Robinson. He cuts up, makes a move, another move to the inside, dances down inside the 15, down to the 12-yard line. Goes Keyshawn Robinson.
Doing some serious dancing in the backfield.
So that'll bring up 2nd and short, maybe call it 2 yards for the Cougars.
Well, JD, after the disappointing triple overtime loss last week down at Sharando, I think this has invigorated the Cougar fans, but more importantly, I see the confidence on the end, excitement on the sideline with the players.
Bub Shelton. There goes Keyshawn Robinson inside the 10, makes a move over the goal line, touchdown Cougars.
And I think that puts the game out of hand.
That'll probably just about do it, as Keyshawn Robinson takes the ball from the 12, makes a nice move inside and jukes a couple players and dives across the goal line for the score.
What a tale of 2 halves, JD. Ground and pound, low scoring, not a lot going on in the first half. Second half, completely different. Lots of excitement, a lot of scoring.
And you could see there, Jeremy, not only did Jefferson want that, but Keyshawn Robinson wanted that, and I feel needed that.
Absolutely.
I mean, he's been struggling, and they've been trying to get him the ball a little bit more in this second half. Although they haven't thrown him the ball much, they've lined him up in the backfield and handed it to him.
Well, they're going to have to, if they want to get the ball in his hands with everybody keying on him, they're going to have to get creative. And I feel like they did a lot more on the creative spectrum the last 24 minutes than they have done previously in the other two games.
Yeah, you're right.
And we are going to take you to a commercial break and bring you back for the last 3 minutes of this ball game. And we are back at Jefferson High School. The Cougars up 22 points, 42-20 over the visiting Spring Valley Timberwolves.
Yeah, it's been all Cougars this second half. They've really come out and established themselves and opposed their will. As Cole Ferguson picks up it off the bounce, he gets it out to the 30, maybe the 31-yard line for the Timberwolves, and they will take over there. 1st and 10 with just under 3 minutes to go.
And even though it's late in this game, after that last score by the Cougars, special teams had still got a big spring in their step. Ready to finish this game off.
They needed to, because they've kind of let some holes open up there in the first half that could have done some huge damage. But they've stood strong. They've made some adjustments this half, and the Cougars are winning this game
handily.
Well in hand, yes. Their defense has really come to play. I'm impressed with their defense this game. They've been able to put points up on offense as well. I mean, 42 points is not too shabby. As McGuire takes the handoffs, he gives it to Miguel Kane, who gets out to the 34-yard line.
And I think Brad Dingus might be throwing up the white flag with that play call.
Yeah, they're probably just content to get out of here healthy.
Don't want to have anybody get hurt in a game you're down 22 points with.
Not trying to do anything crazy.
Well, also keeps things where hopefully we don't have anything get out of hand at the end of the game like sometimes happens.
That's right. So 2nd and 7 for the Timberwolves as they stay in their spread formation. I don't know if they'll throw it or still keep it on the ground. McGuire's in at quarterback. He takes a direct handoff. Not much for him as he gains a couple yards over the 35-yard line out to the 37 for Spring Valley. So it'll be 3rd and 4 yards for the Timberwolves.
Going to take us under 2 to play here. Can't overstate enough how much the last 2 quarters of Jefferson football have impressed me, the way they came out ripping and running more so than they did last year. First game we were at, they kind of seemed back on their heels and weren't quite playing the same attacking style they were at the end of last season.
And McGuire swings it out to Abercrombie. He makes the catch at the 40. I don't think it's enough for the first down. It was a great catch. So that'll bring up 4th and a yard. And I would assume that the Timberwolves will go for it here from their own 40.
So Jefferson 2-0 against Spring Valley in Spring Valley's last 4 games.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive because, Spring Valley's not too far removed from
being a state powerhouse.
Exactly, and played in the state championship game a few years ago with Martinsburg.
They would have been state champs if it wasn't for the juggernaut.
McGuire takes the handoff up the middle.
Under a minute to play.
As he gets the first down out to the 48-yard line. So although they aren't taking a knee, they're just keeping the ball on the ground and just content to run the clock out. So look for McGuire to either run the ball or hand it off again to Miguel Kane. McGuire swings it out there to Cole Ferguson, which surprising in the pass, taken down immediately by Jackson Rockwell on the play.
I think that might be the last play of the game, JD.
He does pick up 3, but the time's going to expire here at Cougar Stadium.
Big win for the homestanding Jefferson Cougars.
Jefferson Cougars, they started off a little slow, but they got it together in the second half and came out with a 42-20 victory, which was a much-needed one for their disappointing, tough loss last week in triple overtime. So we will be right back with our player of the game, Quentin Goins, for the Cougars.
Sports fans, thank you for tuning in tonight. We tried to get Patrick Mahomes and Jake here. They're a little bit busy, so you're stuck with Jared from State Farm in Martinsburg, West Virginia. We are thrilled to partner with Home Team Sports to bring you area high school football this fall and to continue to support our area student athletes. Thanks for letting us be a part of this. Your needs guide us. Your goals drive us. Jared Ferguson, State Farm.
Helping families is my passion. It's what I love to do. Hi, I'm Cheryl Yates with ERA Liberty Realty. I've established a reputation for making your journey simple regardless of your price point. They say it takes a village, so I work closely with other professionals in the industry to make your experience a smooth one from start to finish.
We're so happy that we chose Cheryl Gates with ERA Liberty Realty to help us during our buying and selling process. If you would like a 5-star experience from top to bottom, choose Cheryl Yates.
As an Eastern Panhandle native, I possess an insight and knowledge of the area that is essential to reaching your goals. Whatever your real estate needs may be, remember me. I'm the key to buying or selling your home.
This is Jimmy, General Manager at Ameritech Tire and Auto, here to serve you with all your auto repair and service needs. We are a family-owned business serving our community since 2003. We work on all makes and models from vintage cars and trucks to collectors to today's latest, newest vehicles. So stop in and see us at one of our 2 locations. See you soon.
Hi, I'm Jeremy Atkins, broadcast announcer with Home Team Sports TV, sales consultant here at O'Beckett Motors. Make a fast break to 838 East Moeller Avenue in Martinsburg. Come see me for a slam dunk of a deal.
Here at the barn, we have been making dreams come true since 1972, where we help women feel their most beautiful for any occasion, from pageant, homecoming, and prom gowns to walking down the aisle in the perfect wedding gown alongside their bridesmaid and their family. Stop by to meet your stylist today to find an affordable gown, and we do offer layaway.
Alright, Chloe, well, congratulations on your new policies. And just basically making sure all of your information looks okay. So I went ahead and emailed you proof of insurance as well as ID cards. And if you need me for any reason, just don't hesitate to reach out. You can give me a call or text me anytime, okay?
Okay, that's perfect. Thank you. now.
We are back, guys, here at Cougar Stadium with our player of the game, Quentin Goins. Quentin, congratulations first on the win, and congratulations on being player of the game. Let's just talk a little bit about what Coach Hunter said at halftime. You guys got off to a little bit of a slow start. There was a couple questionable calls there on that lateral. They were able to take advantage and score. So tell me a little bit about what Coach Hunter told you guys at the half.
He told us to just come back out with more intensity and push it down the field. We were discussing how like pass game wasn't going to go that well, so we decided that the team was going to ball out more than pass.
Oh my God.
We got that.
Yeah, that seemed to work out to your all's advantage. Well, let's talk about your play a second. You're the player of the game. I mean, huge. It's like they couldn't block you. 3 big sacks and a pick. Talk about the interception first. I think that's your first one ever, right? In a game, in a high school game.
Yeah, that might be. No, that's actually my second.
Oh, it is? Okay.
I have one 2 years ago on JV.
Gotcha.
But taking through the play, so I was coming off the edge. I hit him with the chop, and then C was already back there, so I decided to like come back. I tried to get the sideline more, and then he tried to throw it, and C tipped it, and it was just like perfect right in my hands, and I just took off.
Yeah, well, that was seemed like a big turning point in the game for you guys. All momentum seemed to switch right over. You guys were able to take it down and punch it in. So 3 sacks, 1 interception. So going into next week, you guys face the big Martinsburg Bulldogs. You guys, what do you guys need to do to basically come in and be prepared to take on the Bulldogs?
We need to come in practice and get everything that we did not get good in this game and fix it. And we need to come out with even more intensity, even more power, more pressure, and then just give it to them. Give it to the best we got.
That sounds about right. Well, I wish you guys luck next week, Quentin, and congratulations again on the Home Team Sports Player of the Game. And we'll see you guys next week. For JD Fritz, Jeremy Atkins, this is Home